Dear students of class 9 home science, today we learn chapter 11, the digestions of foods and planning of meals. In our early chapters, we have already completed the functions of food, and you already know how important they are, because foods and oxygen, I told you several times, these are the most important elements for a human being to be healthy. And as you know, health is wealth, so this is very important topics as we are going to discuss, and I hope you all should attentively understand, attentively listen the whole lessons. Okay, now lesson 1, digestions of food. First of all, we have to know what is digestive system. You know that there are some organs actually involved in digestive system. This is the organ: mouth, esophagus, liver, stomach, pancreas, small and large intestine. So these are collectively do some works like ingestion, digestion, absorption, and extracted the wastage out from the body. So this is the functions of digestive system, and there are here we see that two things is very important, they are involved, that is alimentary canal, and another thing is alimentary glands. Now let's go to the details. Now we will come to know the different parts of alimentary canal. Look at this picture. The alimentary canals are buccal or oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. And we also see the glands, actually it's the salivary glands, which is parotid, submandibular and sublingual, which is also you can see where they are situated, and the big glands, actually liver and pancreas. There are other glands in our body, but they have other different functions. Especially these three glands are involved or associated with digestive system. Now the digestions of carbohydrate. As we all know, the food sources of carbohydrate, that all kinds of rice, wheat, potato, bread, noodles, pasta, these are the starchy product, and all kinds of sweet and sugary things, these are all carbohydrate. So in which form you are taking carbohydrate, actually finally converted to simpler form, that is glucose. You see in this slides, in this picture, the polysaccharide, disaccharide, and monosaccharide, there are different types of carbohydrates according to their structure, but finally they, with the help of some enzymes, with the help of some hormones, these carbohydrates actually broken down into simpler form, and finally they, all the carbohydrates we got glucose. So in which form you take carbohydrate, actually absorbed in our body as glucose. Please keep it in your mind that glucose is the small or end product of carbohydrate digestion. Now we will discuss fat digestion. As you know, fat is the source of reserve energy. That means fat supplies most highest energy inside our body, because 1 gram fat gives us 9 kilocalorie. And there are different types of fats in this food industry, that is some edible oil like ghee, butter, and you can also get fat from meat, fish, oily fishes, egg yolk, milk, butter, mayonnaise. All these are actually the sources of fat. And fat basically broken down, and we get fatty acids and glycerol. And here the bile is very important. important role playing thing, bile acid actually, which is coming from liver and pancreatic lipase, and also we can get gastric lipase from the stomach, and these all helps to broken down the fat and make it simpler form fatty acids and glycerol. Now we will talk about protein. You see that these are the sources of protein: meat, fish, egg, milk. These are coming from animal sources, and the plant source we can get different types of nuts, seeds, and also vegetables has a huge protein. So if we discuss protein digestion, what we see that the protein is not digested in the buccal cavity. It started its digestion from the stomach, and after different processes, different types of enzymes, different types of hormones also helps to break down the protein molecule, and finally we get amino acids. So protein digestion is very important in our for our body, because protein do different several functions inside our body, which is very important for our internal organs. So we get amino acid after breakdown of protein. The simpler form of protein digestion is amino acids. So we all discuss all the major macronutrient digestion: carbohydrate, protein, and fat. I think you all know the thing is that the each and every digestion you need a digestive system, you need glands, and you also need uh, some enzymes which actually releases from these glands and alimentary canal cell wall. So these enzymes helps to broken down the carbohydrate, protein, and fat into simpler form, and finally it absorbed as protein, amino acid, carbohydrate, glucose, and fat. We get fatty acid and glycerol form, and these small nutrients actually go inside our blood cell, and blood will carry these nutrients and reach every nutrients to the every cells in our body. So these are the huge functions of digestion, absorption occur in our body. So our body is really an amazing machine, we can say. Now we learn another important thing. Let's go what is in lesson next lesson. Okay, planning meals for adolescent. Adolescents are those who are the age from 10, 11 to 18, 19, and this adolescent period is a very rapid growth period. We see there are different types of functions, different types of development happens, like physical, mental, social, and emotional growth. And most importantly, the growth, the growth means the height, weight. This is a very important thing for adolescents. And you see in this slides, the rate of growth reaches its peak between 11 and 14 for the girl, and between 13 and 16 years for the boy. Now, when we are planning for a healthy diet for adolescents, what important things we should notice? We have to notice that the enough calories or enough and energy dense food must be present in their diet, and as we know that protein helps to build and grow, so we need also protein diet, protein foods for adolescents. And adolescents, they are very active, they do so many, especially boys compared to girls. I can say that boys are very much active, they are doing involving in different types of physical activities like playing football, cricket, and other things, so they need a lot of energy. That's why uh, we also consider fat as a good source of food nutrients. Then other things is vitamins and minerals, that these helps actually to prevent diseases, so it is also important for their diet. Calcium and vitamin D are the most important functions for bones and teeth growth, uh, for healthy teeth and for healthy bones. So that the calcium and vitamin D supply is also important for adolescents diet, especially the girls for their pubertal growth age. They need iron and folic acid, so we must put more iron and folic acid food in the adolescent girls diet. And so all kinds of nutrients actually, I think, though we have focused some of the nutrients, but most of adolescents need all kinds of vitamins, minerals, all kinds of important things. And another important thing is water. Water also very important, because water is our uh, detox our body. Water helps to regulate our body, helps to maintain the body temperature. So all these things must be considered while we are planning a healthy diet for adolescents. Now some of the important points we need to focus and we need to notice, we need to consider while we are preparing a food list for adolescents. These are large meals, 3 large meals, foods from basic food groups. You know that this is basic. In this picture you see, this is a healthy plate, and you can make your healthy diet by putting this foods into these portions. Okay, then it will make you it will give you a sense of good healthy diet. And but we see that we also put sufficient amount of cereals and cereal products daily. Animal protein is a must diet for at least once in a day. Various seasonal and colorful vegetables and fresh citrus fruits is very important. Colorful vegetables give different types of nutrients in our body. 6 to 8 glasses of water is not recommended right now. Actually 10 to 12 glasses of water is more preferable for adolescents, because you need to detox your body, you need to clear your body, and you have to maintain the body temperature, internal functions of the organs. So you need a huge amount of large amounts of water to drink. And so these things we must consider, that all kinds of healthy natural foods must be present inside your body. And you if you, adolescent boys and girls must avoid processed food and junk foods, because this is now days we see it's a very common practice that adolescents especially prefer junk and processed food, which is not actually healthy. So that should be avoided, because it create so many health risks. We see now diabetes, blood pressure, very uncommon diseases actually happen for in the children's also. So to avoid this health risks, we have to avoid this unhealthy foods, and we should focus on more natural food, natural sources of food, especially fruits and vegetables. And protein is the main should be the main focus or main concern for the adolescents diet. Otherwise it create huge problems. Here is a sample diet for a day for adolescents. This is coming put from your book. Here there are different types of columns. In first column we see the food groups, that is cereal and cereal products, protein foods, vegetables, fruits, milk and milk products, and oil and ghee. These are the different food groups. And in second column we see the one serving. Uh, in your previous classes you already know the concept of one serving. That means how many uh, what are the exact accurate measurement of one serving, which is universal for all. Like rice, one serving means half cup, which is universal for all people, for all all over the world. Like protein, we see that only one egg is the one serving, or one piece of fish or meat. uh, you can see that 30 gram of fish or 30 gram of meat is one serving. And in case of vegetables, we see 1 cup of uncooked vegetables, and half cup of cooked vegetables are the one serving. One medium sized fruits is one serve equal to one serving. Milk and milk products, we see 1 cup of milk or yogurt. And oil and ghee, though it is not uh, in, written in the it's one serving thing, but now research says that we need more healthy fat in your diet, because our cell wall is our brain, our nervous neurons, all the important things are made of fat. So right now it is important to put a healthy fat in our diet. So based on this one serving, the adolescents can make their own diet, and on the basis of their age, on the basis of their activity level, and on the basis of their likings and dislikings also. So this is all of the end of this chapter. So we have learned very important things in this chapter. First of all, the digestions of all macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein and fat. And secondly, the important thing is that the meal planning or menu planning for adolescents. So I hope you all enjoyed this class, and also prepared your lessons for the final term. That's the end of this chapter. Thank you all.